it's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Sergio Sanchez, Mt.Carmel class of 1994, currently a member of our Board of Directors, who will offer today's commencement address.
Good afternoon, graduates, parents, friends, and faculty. Words can't begin to express how honored I am to have been asked to speak here today. My sincerest thanks to Father Tony for this amazing privilege. Graduates, allow me to be among the first of many people to congratulate you for completing your journey through Mt.Carmel. I know that for myself, my journey through Carmel is something that I value and I rely on often. And I hope that it will be the same for you. I hope that you all realize that what you've experienced here for the last 4 years goes well beyond academics or athletics. You've completed a 4-year course on how to live your life. Love God, work hard, and always put we and us before me and I. If you follow those simple rules, you'll never stray far from your path. So upon preparing myself for this speech, I watched hours and hours of YouTube commencement speeches. For many of them, I sat in awe of the speaker's presence, their amazing eye contact, their perfectly timed jokes, and basically their overall flawless speeches. So I said, enough. I stopped watching. I couldn't compare with nothing that these other speakers had to offer. Their experience and their skills were just too great. But this speech means so much to me that I had to figure out what I could give that very few speakers give during these types of speeches. And so I decided I would be brutally honest. I decided that no matter how humbling or how humiliating it would be for me, I would stand up here and tell you exactly how it is. As I speak to you right now, I'm absolutely terrified. I'm scared out of my mind. When Father Tony asked if I would give this speech, I almost said no. Not because I didn't want to, but frankly because I was scared. I'm terrified of public speaking. But I love Mt.Carmel, and it was such a huge honor that I just couldn't say no. I started writing and things were flowing really well. I went back and read what I had finished so far, and wow, I was blown away. It sounded great. Most of what I had written was talking about things I had accomplished or challenges I had overcome. But as I read it, it felt like it wasn't me. Sure, all the things were true, but it came across as if I was this confident, deeply philosophical, born winner. Like if I had come across obstacle after obstacle in my life and just hit them head on fearlessly. It was so ridiculously misleading because I knew that every important moment and every difficult decision that I went through, I did while I was scared. My bio sounds great, but it fails to mention the fact that in 1994, I graduated from Mt.Carmel with a 1.7 GPA. In a class of around 240, I was ranked 213. As an athlete, although I did play baseball all 4 years, I sat the bench for 3 of them. As much as I wish I was this cool hand Luke type of person, this born winner, I'm just not. What I am, though, is someone that realized how the way I perceived things dictated how I approached them. Recently, I asked a friend how things were going, and he said to me, "Every day's a struggle." Without thinking, I quickly replied, "No, every day is a challenge." Now, I know how cliche that sounds, but the reality behind it is that when things are rough or not going our way, we want to sit back and sulk. We want to sit back and say, "I'm struggling." But yet, when we get through these struggles, we feel inclined to suddenly transform them in our minds from struggles to challenges. No one says, "I overcame that struggle," or "I rose to the struggle." Of course not. They say, "I overcame that challenge. I rose to the challenge." A challenge is simply a struggle's good-looking twin. And yet, for as similar as those two words can be, our approach to them is completely different. We don't look forward to a struggle, but most of us, we love a challenge. It was this simple change in the way I looked at things that made me get through all those times I was scared. I feared the struggle, but I embraced the challenge. I told myself, there's nothing wrong with being scared. On the contrary, I think there's something naive, something condescending about not being scared. Because life isn't easy. It's not easy when you're 18, or 28, or 50. The sooner you come to grips with that reality, the sooner you'll be able to understand how much we're in control of how we feel about it. The sooner you'll realize how you can decide what your life is like, how you can choose whether every day is a struggle or whether every day is a challenge. May God bless you all on your journey. Our Lady of Mt.Carmel, pray for us. Thank you.